Hi guys, follow me on Instagram to never ever miss any of my crazy updates. Hi guys and welcome to another vlog. I'm driving this. This is the Mercedes AMG GLE 53 4MATIC Plus Coupe. What a long name, and I always want to say the long name. I don't know why. Just being respectful and not cutting someone's name off. Anyways, it's early morning, 6:30 AM. I'm going to drive this car. It came actually yesterday. बहुत सारी चीज़ें कल शूट की फोटोज़ ये इतने सारे फोटो शूट कर लिए. आज अलग फोटो शूट करेंगे, बट अभी इसका व्लॉग करना है, ड्राइविंग व्लॉग करना है. प्रॉपर्ली प्रिपेयर्ड नहीं हूँ क्योंकि रात को सोया नहीं, बट स्टिल लेट्स गेट गोइंग. अच्छी रोड पे चलाएंगे आज, गाड़ी मज़ा आ जाएगा. Performance is really very nice. Goes from 0 to 100 km per hour in 5.3 seconds now, which is not really fast, but it's faster than its obvious competitor, the Porsche Cayenne Coupé. However, this car has a soul. I mean, it's not a full AMG, but still for a half AMG it's very impressive. The 53 replaces the 43, and the 53 has EQ boost as well, 48-volt mild hybrid system, which gives you an additional 22 horsepower and 250 Newton meters of torque. This car produces 435 horsepower. Meanwhile, the torque output is 520 Newton meters in a very wide torque band from 1800 to 5800 RPM. So basically, the peak torque and the peak power actually cross over, and around in the top end, they are similarly both peaking above 5500 RPM. That's also a good thing. So performance is really impressive for a 53 at least. And I love the fact that the exhaust is also quite lively. Only thing, insulation is so good now, you can't really hear much inside the cabin. I love the displays. In fact, the instrument cluster is mad. It's absolutely mad. There's so many modes for the instrument cluster now, but this BlackBerry style touch now, this touch thing, it's kind of getting old. It's kind of getting difficult to operate at times. Okay, there's a G-force meter. Ah, my goodness, that is nice. Ride quality obviously is quite busy, especially in sport mode. Very uncomfortable. You can feel the car is always moving around. Handling is good. There's body roll. You're sitting high up, which you can feel. The steering is quick and responsive as well. That's also a good thing. Get into the gas. The gearbox is so quick. It's so fast. It's so responsive. It's absolutely stellar how quick it gives you a shift. Meanwhile, the brakes are also very nice. So I see this car to be a great balance between almost everything except the fact that it's not really very comfortable, and that comfort, or rather the lack of comfort, is amplified by the sloping roofline, which means that this isn't really a car you would buy for practicality. You would buy it for fun. 1.46 crores is the price, which might seem a lot, but then the hip hop edition also costs somewhere similar, and it's got a slew of technologies. I mean, I'm very impressed with the heads-up display because you can do so many things there. It's absolutely maddening. And then you feel like driving calmly. You put the car into 9th gear probably, and then just cruise along. It just feels like it has two different characteristics altogether. But then I decide, let me press the manual mode here. Press manual mode here. I love these AMG buttons on the steering wheel. Now, it is not going to downshift. It just doesn't downshift only. Okay, giving me complete manual control of things. Not just down, but up too. So here we are into first gear. Check this out, okay? Here we go. It lights up in red, but it will not upshift unless and until I decide to do so, which is also very stellar. Fantastic car, fantastic. I like it. I love it. I love the new GLE. And then I thought I love the GLE so much because I'm more of a GLS person. I'm not a 53, I'm more of a 63%. So just finished the driving vlog. I'm not satisfied because I fumbled a lot. I've never fumbled so much. पता नहीं आज इतना fumble क्यों होता है. मैं बहुत distracted था इंस्ट्रूमेंट क्लस्टर के मोड चेंज करते. So वो खत्म हो गया. थोड़ा स्वेट हो रहा है, प्यास भी लग रही है, तो फ्रेशन अप होंगे, फिर बात करेंगे. गाड़ी तो अभी चलानी पूरे दिन. Everything is almost done, which means it's time for me to take a chill pill right now. It's been a lot of fun driving this car, but the real fun is the car which comes after this, because it's not a half sporty model, it's a complete one. It is the BMW M5 Competition. Yes, it's here, and since there's a BMW, there has to be a Mercedes. This is the Mercedes GLS, but we are not going to be talking about this car right now because this is there for a much longer duration. You're going to be doing a road trip, so there's going to be a dedicated vlog on the awesome, big, fat, muscular, whatever you want to call it, the GLS. I love the car, it's so good. But now it's all about the BMW M5, because last time things did not go well because unfortunately the tire had an issue, so I could not do the driving vlog. But yesterday I did the driving vlog. The car actually came yesterday. This too came yesterday. Both of them have been here since yesterday, but it's time now to get going. So obviously I'm going to get into the GLS because it's kind of parked weirdly right now. Driving the M5 is some serious commitment because you have to be really alert at higher speeds. You know, the steering is not the most feelsome. That is the reason why I'm having the GLS with me, because it lets me relax. After a, hardcore driving experience, you want the GLS because it's so freaking comfy. It doesn't even have a sport mode. But then the GLS does not need a sport mode because it stays true to what it's meant to be, a luxury SUV, the S-class of SUVs. But enough of talking about the GLS. Like I told you, we're going to be dedicatedly doing a vlog on the GLS. Right now, let's get into the M5, maybe drift a bit. Let me show you a crazy montage of this car because I honestly love the M5, even though the E63 is better. I had to say that. I'm sorry. I had to say that. I'm so sorry, M fans.
She's too hot to handle. Too hot to handle.
All right, let's go. Absolutely stellar the way this car accelerates. It has been a terrific day. In fact, it has been a terrific few days driving this massively awesome BMW M5. I love this car. Just hear the way, it pulls, okay? Absolutely bonkers. Absolutely bonkers in the way it performs. The engine has a lot of grunt. I love the engine. The engine is by far fantastic. It has drivability throughout the range, and you get on the gas, it just pulls so hard and fast. 3.3 seconds to 100, 10.8 seconds to 200. Whoa, absolute javelin throw. Every time you get into the gas, you have to actually control this car because the steering now feels a little hairy somehow. Yeah, it does have the weight. The exhaust sounds nice, but the punch from this motor is just something else. The gear shifts are very fast. In spite of this not being a dual clutch unit, this 8-speed ZF source, adapted, whatever you want to call it, torque converter box, really very quick with shifts. Obviously, it can't be as fast as the previous M5, which had a 7-speed DCT, because a DCT obviously has 2 clutches. You can't replace it. You can't do 2 things with, what am I saying? Anyways, the good thing about the M5 is that it makes you feel very special. It's hairy, you like it. Because what it makes you put effort. The ride quality is super duper terrible. It's really terrible for a road because every time you drive it, it's just so busy. You're just like shaking everywhere. Camera shakes, you shake, everyone shakes, everything shakes. In fact, I kid you not, you can put stuff inside the car which you want, mixie or a mixer or a grinder, and it will happen. The M5 will be able to do that. And there's so many things inside this customization mode. It's insane. You know what? If I want to decide how I want to drive, it'll take me at least a day to figure out what mode needs to be activated where. Here, change the gear mode into sport, and then it will not upshift unless and until you decide to do so. And in the heads-up display also, it shows you a lot of things, and before you know it, you're already flying at speed you shouldn't be. Well, that is the madness of the BMW M5. An absolute stellar beast. Launch control is there, it doesn't work. I don't know why launch control doesn't work on the M5. Didn't work on the pre-facelift. It did work sometimes, but not always it works. And you know what? The beauty of this car is the fact that it's a sleeper, but still, it is not really as usable as a sleeper should be. It's kind of beats the whole purpose of having a car which is so fast and which looks like a regular 5 Series, because at the end of the day, the ride quality is more sports car like than a luxury car like ride. RPM feeling in this car is just something else, and steering is very quick, but unfortunately the steering doesn't give you the most feel or feedback. So as I see it, E63 AMG is better, but the M5 is more special. It is a thing which actually pulls your heartstrings harder and faster than the AMG. The AMG has that muscle car vibe to it. It's better in many regards, but the M5 feels a little bit more special, and that's the reason why BMW fanboys are absolutely mad behind the AMG. Could have sounded better. These fake sounds inside, no way. Put me in an M5 and I will drive it all day long without eating, without drinking, without going to the washroom either, because I love it.
She's too hot to handle.